take it I'm trying to insult, but I pray that Sam Shamoun will be healed. Obviously, he have a mental illness. In fact, I start noticing videos he is posting. Like, what is this?
How are you, my love? Do you love this? How are you? This is my face.
Subhanallah, how are you, my love? This man is a complete joke. That's not all, guys. Let's see if CP has more under his sleeve.
Good night, love.
What about this one?
It's now or never. Only
So this is the man who is going to school me about being good and bad. But anyway, I mean, maybe he is being funny.
You see, CP and Sam, they had back and forth regarding the Pope. CP smoked and used the Pope to wipe the floor, bashing him because of the comment he made at a inter-religious gathering. And this is something I would always advise Muslims not to attend, inter-religious gathering, trying to find a compromising ground to preach unity and all that. If you go to those places, you won't be able to tell them that they are on the wrong path. And your path is the truth. So be careful going to places like that, inter-religious gathering. So the Pope went there and made some few comments. CP saw that these comments are offensive and it doesn't line up with the Bible or the teachings of the Bible. So he wiped the floor with the Pope. Then Sam Shamoun wasn't happy. He's a Catholic, so he has to defend what he believes. And the remarks the Pope made that made CP unhappy is, every religion is a way to arrive at God, meaning there's one God, so it doesn't matter what you believe, it's a way to arrive at God. Secondly, he said a comparison will be sort of a different language to arrive at God. It's like a language, okay? You speak different language, like maths, for example. We have one answer, but you can get to that answer using any kind of method, So thirdly, he said God is God for all. He is God for all, not a specific few. And if God is God for all, it then means we are the sons and daughters of God. So this is what got CP offended, and then he bashed the Pope. And in response, Sam bashed CP and exposed him. Subhanallah. You would have a night of 1,000 laughs. So just stay tuned and let's begin.
It's not really my interest to talk about what Sam Shamoun said. And it's really sad. I mean, this guy, you can watch his videos. He called me thousands of times saying, CP, we learn from you. CP, you are our teacher. CP, I mean, how many times he praised me, and I say, we are, all of us, we are students.
CP is 100% correct. Sam on several occasions has said CP is his teacher.
And then suddenly this guy, I don't know what happened to him. Right? I exposed the Pope for what he said. They claim that I am not the one who speak of unity because I am bashing the Pope. But what unity have to do with the Pope? The Pope is dividing us. The Pope is not uniting us. He go and unite with the Muslims. He unite with the Hindus. He unite with everybody, but he don't unite with the Christians. The way I see this man, the Pope, is the same as a salesman, the same as Abdul. When he go to a place, same as Muhammad.
What? Did he just mention my name, that the Pope is like an Abdul? Subhanallah, the Pope is not like Abdul. Again, he says the Pope is the same as Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Subhanallah.
When he sit with the Jews, he's a Jew. When he sit with the Muslims, he's a Muslim. When he sit with the Christian, he's a Christian. When he sit with the atheist, he's an atheist. He sit with the homosexual, he is a homosexual. So he changed his, his position, depend what he is about or where he is.
Subhanallah. This is the major reason why I wanted to respond to this video. Aside from, the laughter and all that, I really wanted to respond to this because of this bogus claim he made, this lie he made about Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the teachings of Islam. How can one on earth look at the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and say and make this kinds of comment? It shows how insincere these guys are, and it shows how they follow the teachings of Paul step by step. I don't know if this guy is doing this out of ignorance or he's doing this knowingly to mislead the people. It is bad if it is out of ignorance, and also it is bad if it is on purpose to mislead the people. Why would I say this? This guy flipped the narrative of the Bible and placed it on the shoulder of Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, claiming that the Pope is like Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. When he sits with a Jew, he is a Jew. When he sits with a Muslim, he is a Muslim. When he sits with a Christian, he is a Christian. And he went as far as saying when he sits with a homosexual? Here is one, subhanallah. When the Quran categorically talks about the homosexuals and the LGBT community know our stand regarding them, it's a capital punishment. When you engage in this stuff, it's a capital punishment. And they know, Muslims, we don't hide this. These are the laws of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And we Muslims are not ashamed of that. So for CP to make this claim, it's nothing but a lie. But I would show you in the Bible where someone, I don't know, maybe CP is confusing Paul for Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and he's confusing the Bible for the Quran. First and foremost, Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the one Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said regarding, Ya ayyuhar rasulu balligh ma unzila ilayka min rabbik. O Messenger, O Muhammad, announce to the people that which has been revealed to you. So the duty of the Prophet ﷺ is to convey the message, nothing more than that. There's no ayah, there's no verse that says pretend to be like the people so you may gain more people. So this is one. And Muhammad ﷺ is the same person Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says about, Innaka lan tahdi man ahbabta. O Muhammad, you can never guide the person you love. Because you love so and so person doesn't mean he will be guided. وَلَكِنَّ اللَّهَ يَهْدِي مَنْ يَشَاءُ. Allah is the one that guides whomever he wills. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala also said, La ikraha fi din. There's no compulsion in the religion. قَدْ تَبَيَّنَ الرُّشْدُ مِنَ الْغَيِّ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has made distinct the truth from the falsehood. It is clear as day. In another chapter, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, فَقُلِ الْحَقُّ مِنْ رَبِّكَ. O Muhammad, say the truth has come from your Lord. فَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيُؤْمِنْ. Whoever wills, let him believe. وَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيَكْفُرْ. Whoever wills, let him disbelieve. If you disbelieve, remember, it is your choice. And you would have to face the consequences of your choice on the day of judgment. So this is what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So why would the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam go and force people into the deen when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has categorically said there's no compulsion in the deen? Why would the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam pretend when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said you can't guide people? It is Allah that guide. Why would he pretend when Allah said just convey the message? That's your duty. It is not for you to see if they are guided or not. Subhanallah. In fact, the mushrikeen of Mecca, according to Ibn Abbas, these people made a proposal to the Prophet ﷺ. They said, we shall give you so and so wealth, so much wealth, that you will become the richest man in Mecca. We shall give you also whichever woman you like in marriage. We are prepared to follow and obey you as our leader only on one condition, that you will not speak ill of our gods. And they said, if you do not agree to this, then we have another proposal, which is to your own advantage too. And the Prophet ﷺ said, what is the other proposal? They said that if you would worship our gods, Lat, Uzza and the rest, for just a year, they would also worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the same amount of time. Subhanallah. If the Prophet would have wanted people, he would have just pretended to be worshipping these false gods. But what happened? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala revealed a chapter called Surah Al-Kafirun. And subhanallah, the Quran is the only religious text I've seen that dedicated a chapter to those who disbelieve, called chapter of the disbelievers. And what did Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said in response to this mushrikeen of Mecca, the disbelievers of Mecca? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, قُلْ يَا أَيُّهَا الْكَافِرُونَ. Say, O Muhammad, tell them, O you who have disbelieved, O you disbelievers, لَا أَعْبُدُ مَا تَعْبُدُونَ. I do not worship what you worship. وَلَا أَنْتُمْ عَابِدُونَ مَا أَعْبُدَ. Nor are you worshippers of what I worship. وَلَا أَنَا عَابِدٌ مَا عَبَدْتُمْ. Nor will I be a worshipper of what you worship. وَلَا أَنْتُمْ عَابِدُونَ مَا أَعْبُدَ. Nor will you be worshippers of what I worship. Lakum dinukum waliya din. To you is your religion, to me is mine. I remember the verse I quoted earlier. وَقُلِ الْحَقُّ مِنْ رَبِّكَ. Tell them that the truth has come from your Lord. فَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيُؤْمِنْ. Whoever wills, let him believe. It is for your own good. وَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيَكْفُرْ. And whoever wills, let him disbelieve. Then why would Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam pretend to be like them? Why would he pretend to be a Jew when he's not a Jew? Why would he pretend to be a Christian when he's not a Christian? So Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is unlike the Pope. It is like comparing North and South. These are two different posts that can never meet. Now the big question is, who is the Pope imitating? The Pope is following the footstep, step by step, of someone called Paul. And we would see this in 1 Corinthians verses 19 to 23. What does it say? And listen carefully and try to compare this with what CP said. Paul said, for though I am free with respect to all, I have made myself a slave to all, so that I might win more of them. In other words, he has made himself a slave to all, regardless of your background. And remember in Romans 3 verse 7, Paul said, but if through my falsehood God's truthfulness abounds to his glory, why am I still being condemned as a sinner? In other words, why would I be condemned if I proclaim falsehood in order to win souls to Christ? And this is why he is saying here that he's a slave to everyone. It doesn't matter your background. And in verse 20 it says, to the Jews I became as a Jew. This is what CP is attributing to Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Remember, the Pope is following the footstep of the teachings of the Bible. To the Jews I became as a Jew in order to win Jews. To those under the law, I became as one under the law, though I myself am not under the law, so that I might win those under the law. Verse 21, to those outside the law, I became as one outside the law, though I am not free from God's law, but I'm under Christ's law, so that I might win those outside the law. Verse 22, to the weak I became weak, so that I might win the weak. I have become all things to all people. Now, there's no exclusion here. He has become all things to all people. It doesn't matter if you're an atheist. It doesn't matter if you're homosexual, you believe in the LGBTQ, a feminist. It doesn't matter. He said, I have become all things to all people that I might by all means save some. And this again reminds us of Romans 3 verse 7, where he said, but if through my falsehood God's truthfulness abounds to his glory, why am I still being condemned as a sinner? So these are the teachings. The people like CP, they don't care about the truth. As long as their falsehood would mislead people back to Christ, they don't care. As long as it would mislead Muslims away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, they don't care. These things are very, very clear. God says he is not a man. He is not the son of man. Jesus said he is a man. Jesus said he is the son of man. How can he then become God? Some Christians might say the Jews thought Jesus was claiming to be God. Because you think that I'm behaving like a thief doesn't mean I'm a thief. I'm not a thief in the eyes of the law. I'm not. So you can't say because you feel or I behave like a thief, then it makes me a thief. Jesus, there's no place in the entire Bible where he claims to be God. Jesus, in fact, asked the disciples, now what do the people think about me? And the disciples say, they say that you're a prophet from God. And then he went further to ask them, then what do you think about me? Disciples, asking the disciples because he has taught them about himself. They said, you are the Messiah of God. And in another gospel, Peter said, you are the Messiah and the Son of the living God. Where did Jesus say he is God? Where did the disciples think that Jesus is God? So this is a clear cut. If you remain misguided, it is your choice, and you would have to face the consequences of your choice. The Quran is there for you to read. There are scholars for you to ask questions, and if you do that, if you read the Quran with an open heart, you will be guided, inshallah. As long as your mind is free and is ready to accept the truth, you will be guided. So these guys, they don't care about the truth, and this is why he said the Pope is like Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Wa ya'udhu billah.
So you're aware about that, huh? See, I'm learning. Yeah, I know, he exposed me. Tell Christian Prince, don't act brave behind a screen, because I will annihilate.
What is exactly you mean behind the screen? Aren't you behind the screen? Are you asking me to come to your home? Are you serious? You want to fight with me? Are you stupid or what?
Yes, CP, you know exactly what Sam is saying. And in fact, the people watching and listening knows exactly what Sam is talking about. What Sam meant is, you are nothing but a keyboard warrior. You have no balls to show your face on the screen. SubhanAllah. I remember watching a video where Brother Uthman literally was begging David Wood, Sam SHAMOUN, and I think Anthony Rogers, when they met him in Balboa Park, was begging them that they should please invite CP. He's going to foot the bills. Why would he be scared? And if he's scared that people would see his face, he's ready to give him a face veil and a cob to cover his face so people don't see his face. And if he can't still come, he's ready to go and meet CP wherever he is. Just give the address. He's ready to go there. They should have a one-on-one discussion, a debate. There will be a moderator because, you know, CP, he's insultive. He can't control his anger. He can't even control his mouth. So they started giving excuses. You know, CP is this, CP is that, he's busy, he's that. This man can't leave his cocoon. This man, if he leaves his cocoon, he's dead. He's dead. Literally dead. So let's continue.
I mean, this is how Abdul talk.
What? He called my name again, subhanAllah. This man is totally a joke.
Later when it comes to the Bible. And you're a whore and a daughter and a son of Satan.
He's talking to a Christian girl, calling her a daughter of Satan, and she is a whore.
You see, I agree. Again, I agree with the fact that Sam SHAMOUN would smoke CP. Like I said earlier, I really don't know why they see this CP guy as someone knowledgeable. Is it because he's an Arab? This man is literally ignorant of the Bible and the Quran. He uses Arabic to just confuse people, you know, pretending as if he knows everything. So Sam, I would give this to Sam, 100% that Sam would smoke this guy when it comes to the Bible.
Christian Prince can act great behind a screen. When it comes to the Bible, I'll school him. He's a kid.
Do you dare to call me right now? And I want to know how much you know about the Bible, because people will see how stupid you are.
Again, this shows how fearful CP is. Call me this man, call me. This is what he does. He tells people to call him. Why don't you leave your cocoon and show the world that you are a man that can defend his belief? This man wants an atmosphere where he has a 100% control of the mute button and the block button. This is what this man wants. He mutes someone, speaks over someone, and then he doesn't allow people to talk. When he sees that you have great points and you are beginning to defeat him, he immediately mutes you, talk over you, and then blocks you. This man has no balls whatsoever. I'm still in shock as to why people still see this guy as a religious model. Seriously, what contribution does this man do? Totally nothing. So all he does is to block people and then tell his audience he won the debate.
Literally, when it's come to the Bible, how hypocrite you are. And actually, I'm not going to use even my videos to expose you. I will use your video, you refuting yourself.
You're a kid, CP. Stay in your lane before I have to then spank you.
What? So you forgot you called me 1,000 times saying we learn from you, you are our teacher. How many times you praise me and I say to you, don't do that because I don't like people to praise me. And you say, no, Christian Prince, we have to say it. We are the one, we are learning from you. Can you deny?
Again, like I said earlier, there are videos where Sam praises CP, and I'll be putting these videos at the end of the video, inshallah. If I see them, I would try to put them, because I don't know where these videos are. I've watched several of them, but I will try to search for them. If I see anyone, you will be watching it at the end of this video, inshallah.
Shut your mouth, dude. Don't start getting too big for your britches. The Lord have mercy on us.
Britches.
All right, anyway. Tell him I said that. You're a kid. Anytime with the Bible, I'll annihilate you and show you're a fraud when it comes to the Bible.
Fraud? Can you stand with your word, you coward? You're calling me fraud? Like, you don't even know who I am, you donkey.
CP, get over it, man. You are a fraud. This is why no one knows who you are, as you rightly confirmed. And again, this is what Sam meant when he said you are hiding behind the screen, meaning you don't have any balls to show your face. This is not to say Sam is not a fraud. He is. As a matter of fact, Anthony Rogers did a great job exposing this man, and you would see this in my 3-part series of the end of SHAMOUN. I think, was it the first one? I think it's the part 1. You would see, Rogers exposing this guy. Subhanallah, what a great video.
You've gotten too big for your britches. You're going to be humbled by the grace of Jesus. So shut your mouth, stay with Islam, and do your thing with Islam.
The way I see it, that this guy, he need help. And insulting him will break him down more. Obviously, he have a mental breakdown. He need help. But this guy, he keep making videos about me every day.
No, that's what we call a sneaky satanic way of bashing the Catholic Church.
This is to tell you that these Christian apologies are not sincere. If only they would apply the same kind of scrutiny on Christianity and the Bible as they do of the Quran, they would have left Christianity and embraced Islam, as many has done in the past. But that will likely not happen because of 2 factors that I think. Number 1, they've built a career of Christian apologetics. Number 2, they are not sincere. This is because if they are, being a pastor or a priest or a YouTuber with a large Christian presence, that won't stop you because you are only after the truth. We've seen pastors and priests leave Christianity and accepted Islam despite building a community of their own. We have also seen people reject the truth after it must have come to them for fear of how the community they've built over the years will perceive it. They are fearful of how their community would perceive it, so they reject the truth and remain misguided until death.
Because he'll tell you he loves Catholics, but he'll talk about idols. These statues are idols.
Well, they are idols. Statues are idols, you idiot. This is the other names of you yourself. You call them statues.
Look at how Sam is defending statues, saying they are not idols. If they are not idols, what are they? The Bible says in Exodus 20 verse 4, "You shall not make for yourself a carved image or any likeness of anything that is in heaven above, or that is in the earth beneath, or that is in the water under the earth." It doesn't really matter if it's an idol or a statue, as long as it's a carved image of something people make for themselves and venerate it. And of course, these are statues of who? Of Jesus, of Mary. It is clear-cut prohibited in the Bible. But here we have Sam defending it and attacking CP for calling it idol. In other words, they, SHAMOUN, worship idols. Remember, he is a Catholic, so he has to defend these things.
Are they Mary? They are not Mary, they are statues. Are they Jesus? They are not Jesus, they are statues. I'm not like you. You asked me to expose James White. Okay, so Christian Prince, he is a warrior. We ask him to do the job. I go, I make a video for James White, I wipe the floor with him. 2 weeks after, you go and have lunch with him, and you tell me live when I was with David Wood. CP, James White saying hello to you. Isn't it you who said to me, go and expose the guy?
If you remember, guys, my third video on the 3-part series again regarding the end of Sam SHAMOUN, I showed lots of clips from James White advising Sam to seek help, as it is obvious James cannot help Sam. This is the same James White CP said he wiped the floor with. For those who don't know, James White is a cool man, pretty much down to earth. He is not insultive and aggressive like Drywood, CP and Sketch SHAMOUN. And I hope Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide him to Islam. This would be the end. This video from CP is a 2-hour, I think more than 2 hours video, and I can't respond to everything. But then if there's something I need to respond to, you'll be seeing another video from me, inshallah, in no time. In fact, I'm yet to watch the complete video. So by then, this is the little I can respond to. I remain your brother Abdul. Catch you in the next one.
Yeah. No, I only wanted to call because you're talking about the Trinity and see maybe I can help. But I don't like to disturb you. When you do your show, you're the man.
No.
We all learn from you.
You are always welcome, and